Welcome back to The House Next Door,
where real estate meets reality.
I'm Anthony Harris.
And I'm Barbara Giglio. Yay! And let's sing a little song. This is a little teaser.
Into the episode.
Into the episode.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
Find out what it means to me.
Okay, enough
R-E-S-P-C-T. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. But you forgot your joke.
Well, the joke is a joke.
Oh,
that was our joke.
That was our joke. We really got to get better about having our opening joke.
When we're talking, I'll
look
up
a joke.
One.
Okay, look up a joke. So I want to tell you about my road trip.
Yeah. Well, should we start with the name of this episode? We just sang it, or do they know?
No. We're going to revisit it. I want to talk about my road trip. I want to talk about me, not
talk
real
about
estate.
Me. Talk about Talk about.
So I have not been on a road trip in a long time. I'm kind of spoiled. I'm used to flying everywhere. And, we used to take road trips all the time when the kids were little because it was expensive. And we just load in the minivan and go to Georgia where my husband's family is and go wherever, right? But since we became empty nesters and, got a little bit more bougie in life, we fly everywhere, and we usually fly first class because I hate to fly, so I want extra room. I want to feel like, okay, people in first class don't crash in planes. I don't know where my mindset is, but I feel safer in first class. I don't know why, and it just helps with my flight anxiety. And so I've gotten really spoiled with a white wine on the plane, watching my videos, and so we kind of did this last minute trip to Georgia, where my husband's family's from. My niece is getting engaged. It was a surprise. She didn't know we were coming, and there's a big party for her. And the boys, Nick and Derek, wanted to come last minute. Gabe stayed back home, watched the dogs with his girlfriend, being the typical, hoe that he is. And by the way, I told her that I called him a hoe, and she's like, I call him a whore. And I'm like, okay, well, so we're on the same page. And Gabe's just like, well,
I don't know what this means.
He doesn't care. So have you ever driven from
I've done to Florida.
Austin? Okay, so
it was horrible.
So that's about the same.
It was horrible.
It was 14 hours.
Ours was longer.
Yeah, I think Florida's farther.
We went going to Pensacola was fine.
Yeah.
Ish. Not fine, but
yeah.
doable. But we went to Orlando, and it was...
I feel like 10 hours is sort of my limit.
I think mine is now 8.
Eight's really kind of ideal. 10 is okay, and then the 4 more hours afterwards just kill you. And the boys were all like, oh, well, we'll help drive, because, they're in their 20s. No, they didn't. They fell asleep in the back seat, and it was just my husband and I, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then nobody wants me to drive because I drive too slow.
Oh.
So Craig really drove the whole time. And then I am the worst traveler when it comes to gas. I get so gassy. And so I was so gassy for 14 hours in the car, and Craig was just dying. He's like, oh my gosh, will you stop?
And the other kids, did they come out alive?
They were all passed out. I felt bad for Nick, but he was asleep the whole time. He had no idea. He sat directly behind me.
God.
I was just like, I can't. By the time I got out of the car, my husband is just like, I don't know why I'm still married to you.
Oh, wow.
Because it's so he didn't really say that, but
he meant it.
I don't think he's attracted to me anymore. But we decided after this trip, no, let's just get back on the plane and not do a road trip again.
So do you gas on the plane?
Yes, I gas on the plane, but this is the funny part. Everybody thinks it's my husband because they don't think I smell that bad. They just assume that it's him.
That's so bad, Barbara.
And he's like, I hate it because people
you deserve
think it's me.
to ride in a car.
Everybody thinks it's him farting and it's me. That's true. Isn't it terrible?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about, you've got another ghost story. I'm way into ghost stories right now. It's not even Halloween time, but I'm kind of obsessed with the ghost stories.
Yeah.
So,
I have a couple of them.
Okay.
And they all go hand in hand.
Okay, and then we'll get to the episode.
So last night I went out with some friends.
Who doesn't love a ghost story? Sorry.
Right. So last night I went out with some friends, and so one of them lives in San Marcos over on the north side, and it's over by the spring-fed lake. And so it's old heritage land that was settled in the 1600s or something from Native Americans.
Well, land is old.
Yeah.
How old is Earth? I don't know.
Good job, Captain Obvious.
I didn't mean to be like that, but, well, did they just build the land? No, go on.
They found artifacts and all that. So
it was settled by Indians and things.
Yes.
Because it's by spring. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I was talking to our friends, and she was saying that one of her friends goes over to her house and we'll see a woman walking down the street that's like old antique woman, like
old antique woman. She's a frail, fragile porcelain, like 1800s, 1600s type garb.
Probably 1800s.
Okay.
And she just walks up and down the street. And so...
And this is by this particular land.
Yes.
Where houses are now developed.
Yes.
This woman just
And they were
walks.
built in the 60s, these houses.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the land wasn't really built on before then?
Probably not.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no historic homes, just 1960s is when they started developing it. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so this woman's walking across. Okay.
Yeah. And so so she says that her house is haunted or has a ghost, a friendly ghost.
Right.
She said that the other day her daughter has a jewelry box that she bought a long time ago. It's never worked. And she's always try to get it to work, nothing. Yeah. And the other day she got her earrings out and it started working. That same day, she was
just out of the blue. Ding, 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 ding. That music that's creepy anyway.
Yep. Oh. And then that same day, they were in the kitchen and then heard something in the mudroom, went to the mudroom, came back to the kitchen, and there was a red cardinal feather on the floor.
So, like a little birdie came in, maybe, but no, it didn't seem like that.
Yep. And she said that in the mudroom, they will smell cigar smoke sometimes.
Well, and they say that cardinals represent people that we've lost that come in and check on us.
Yep.
So maybe that was their sign, playing the music and then leaving that little red. Oh,
interesting, right?
That is interesting.
So then last night, I went to bed.
Yeah.
And I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, and I'm like just kind of barely, and usually I go right back to bed.
And you just heard all these ghost stories last night. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
so this is right after you heard all these ghost stories.
I leave the TV on just for background noise.
Yeah.
And so I wake up and I'm like, why is the radio on? I didn't leave the radio on. So my radio was on.
See? They're creepy stories.
Yeah.
But they're little ghosts attached to you.
I think it's a good ghost, though.
You think it's a good ghost?
Yeah. As of right now.
I just think it's so coincidental that, you're talking about all this stuff and then you have your own story that happens.
Yeah.
It's like the spirits converge. I don't know.
But
okay.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
If I go missing.
Yeah, I want to hear more stories.
Ghost.
Okay, let's get into our episode.
Yeah.
This is a very timely episode, okay? And
how is it timely?
Because I just had to deal with this. And why we saying respect is the title of the episode is Respect Your Realtor. How to be a dream client and not the reason your agent needs therapy.
Lots
Thank you
of therapy.
very much. Lots of therapy. Or
Ready Yeti.
Are you ready Yeti, Noah? So let's get into this. So have you ever showed 27 homes to one client over a month just to have them say, yeah, we decided not to buy?
Yep.
Have you ever driven 45 minutes to a showing just to be totally ghosted?
Or longer.
Have you ever driven to a home to show a potential client who says they don't have an agent, they're unrepresented, and then halfway through the home tour, their agent shows up?
I haven't, but you have.
I have. And so,
we can tell who made this podcast.
Yeah, who wrote that? That's very specific. So we're talking about respecting your realtor's time. But kind of honestly, this applies to everything in life. Like helping all professions, helping people through.
Like those deed restrictions. Just be a good human.
Yeah, just be a good human. So this is kind of not necessarily like respect your realtor, but this is like respect your fellow human. And in case you forgot how, we're going to give you some tips. But
so now we're a self-help podcast.
Now we're self-help.
Meanwhile, we need the help.
I was going to say, when we become self-help, that's a dark day for this world.
Well, we're getting there.
All right. So let's kind of pull back like we always do. We pull back the curtain on real estate. So what are the things, that people don't really see about a realtor where they didn't think like, oh, wow, I didn't actually realize I wasn't respecting their time.
So I think the big thing is my friends point it out all the time, but we're always on call.
Yeah. And Noah was just talking about that too. Yeah. We're always on call.
I remember distinctly there was one time that, and we don't plan it.
No.
People want to do things when we're in the middle of doing things.
I hate making plans with people because they think I'm so flaky. I'm always like, as of now, yes, I can do this, but that could change. And everyone's like, well, why can't you just protect your schedule? And you can't protect your schedule because
there's some people that can and I can't.
When you have a client that has a need, you got to get up and go show them the house. Yeah. You can't just be like, well, I made plans with my friend and we're going wine tasting. Sorry. No.
Sorry, you're not important.
You have to be available all of the time. And so when people don't show up or, that has affected our personal lives and helping other clients even. Yeah. So that's a big one. And we are also one of the many industries out there who we don't get paid until we've finished the job. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we have to put money up front before we get paid. Yep. And so for that reason,
we'll call it gambling.
It's a little bit of a gamble, right? We've got skin in the game, sometimes more skin in the game than our clients do.
Oh, usually we do.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we have, in our contracts, in my listing agreement, I always put, if the home doesn't close and fund with the listing agent, seller is to refund, listing agent, a staging fee or a photography fee, whatever it is. It's usually specific to that property because not all properties are the same. Yeah. But it's just so I'm not completely out because I have been close, haven't yet, knock on wood, but been close out, $3,000 for staging and another $1,500 for photography when the seller is just deciding, well, I don't think I want to sell my house now. I'm sorry, thanks. And so we have to protect ourselves. And because we're paying for staging consults, we're paying for print materials, we're paying for videos, photography. And that doesn't include
the time that we've already done for comps and that we've gone out there multiple times.
Transaction coordinator. As soon as I get a listing or a buyer, my transaction coordinator is on that, keeping all my paperwork. Well, she gets paid even if I don't get paid.
Yep, same.
So, there's that. And so we have, I don't think what a lot of people realize is there's a big machine behind us that we are feeding to help sell their house. Yep. And when they decide, oopsie, I've changed my mind, or, I went with this other realtor and they've already agreed to work with us, sometimes it's, it can be really painful. Yeah. Yeah. And then, like you were talking about, time away. We have time away from our families, time away from our other clients, time away from our doctor's appointments. Yep. I've rescheduled doctor's appointments because a client came into town.
One was your own fault.
Well, yeah. One I love to reschedule my colonoscopy.
Yeah, because you don't love it.
I don't love it. But, and we miss out on birthdays. We work on vacations. So there's just a lot that we put into to what we do. And that's part of it. It's part of it. And we have the emotional labor of dealing with difficult people and having difficult conversations. And I know biggest red flag is when I can't even get the listing agreement signed without having a combative relationship with my client. Like they are just fighting me on everything. I'm like, I didn't come knock on your door. You reached out to me, said, hey, I think you're an expert in this, which I am, and I want your help. And then I give them my help, and they argue with me. And I'm like, I'm done. Like, this is a tough market, and you don't even help me to help you, right? Help me to help you. Yep. And so, and then our market analysis. How much work do you put in your market analysis?
So much.
Yeah.
I run comps I live by doing them.
It's hours. Yeah. There are tools you can use where it kind of AI and whatever.
But it's still us.
Like there is so much human involvement that you have to do on these adjustments and understanding floor plans and understanding neighborhoods and diving really deep into those pricing. Yeah. And then, handing that over to your client. And sometimes your client doesn't even look at it. Yeah. They don't even look at it and they argue with you about price. And so it's hours. And that's really actually a very valuable piece of information that we're handing over. Like you don't go to an attorney.
It's proprietary.
And you go to an attorney and they give you a roadmap on how to fight your case, right?
Yeah.
They hand you this roadmap and then you go, oh, never mind. I decided not to work with you. No, that doesn't happen.
No.
You're paid. He's paid by, she or he is paid by, or they are paid by the hour, right?
Yeah.
Whether you choose to work with them or not, their time is compensated.
Yeah.
Not ours. No. Not ours at all. And they can take that pricing that we gave them in a nice, beautiful, shiny bow and then go to a discount broker. Yeah. So and I don't think people totally realize how much work we put in.
Yeah.
Before we are, sometimes even before we have the listing agreement signed because.
Well, even before we show a property or a listing agreement because we're researching what we're about to show you. So, like with buyers, I call the listing agent if it's a higher end home and I ask them what I need to know about the house, what unique features I can point out to the buyer when we're there, and how motivated the buyer is or seller is.
We're already doing our work before we show. And we don't even know if
sellers' disclosures and
and we don't even know if these people want to work with us yet. Sometimes we have to have a buyer's rep in place, but sometimes it's just for a specific property. It's not for a whole relationship yet. And so there's a lot that goes into it, and I'm not sure that is fully understood. Like I remember when I was going to my hairstylist, and he was complaining about how people will come, like you have a haircut or a color, right? And it's on the schedule. And then he said people will come in with this photo and they'll want this like whole new look. And he's like, and then he's like, I had to adjust my schedule. I've got to figure out how this even works. Can I do this? And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I've done that to every stylist and didn't know it. And he said, yeah, like when you want a whole style change. And he said, it happens so much. And we get so angry because it's like you're not respecting our time. And you think we can just pull this out. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way about us. Like, oh, we just thought you opened doors. We didn't realize there was this whole process behind it. And they don't necessarily understand and respect how hard we're really working and what we're sacrificing to help them. And we choose to do it. We want to do it. But a thank you text goes a long way, even when we don't end up working together. Just saying, hey, I appreciate you. Thank you. We went a different direction. Feels so much better than just a full ghost.
Yeah. And one of my clients that I do multiple deals with, she tells me all the time how much they appreciate me. And it's just a text, and that means a lot.
It goes so
and
far.
I know they appreciate me. And I appreciate them, but it's those little things.
I mean, we're not entitled to anybody's business just because we do some work and we're helping them. We're not entitled. We still have to earn their business, but there's a way to communicate that you don't want to work with us or that you're no longer buying a home or selling a home that is very respectful of our time. And so let's talk about what is a green flag client versus a red flag client. So green flag clients,
very
honest, honest about their budget. They're decisive. But they don't always have to be decisive. I'm fine with an indecisive buyer because I'm there to help them.
To an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. I'm there to help them become decisive. That's my job. And so reasonable about the list price and being an actual willing seller. How many times do we get this where, well, I want to sell it for X, Y, and Z, and I don't really have to sell. Well, then, I don't really have to help you. Like, I'm here to help you sell your home, not to just test the market.
Yeah.
So, green flag agents or green flag clients really are reasonable about price, and they really actually are a willing seller. They respect appointment times. Yeah, that's a huge one.
I actually had a buyer one time, and I try to always get to my appointments early.
Yeah, you do. You really get to your appointments early. I'm always like rolling in 30 seconds before the minute.
As today, I'm late. And so I showed up and I told him, I was like, I was afraid that I was going to run late. And I was like, I'm here. And he's like, well, if you would have been 1 minute late, we would have left.
What?
And he said, if you can't respect my time enough to be here on time, then you don't deserve my business.
Wow.
And he was a business.
Did you keep
type.
that?
Yeah, it was a healthy relationship.
Really?
Yeah, he just knew.
Yeah.
He just
Okay.
That was his big thing.
That was
if
his
you
thing.
can't respect my time, then
I'm not. Well, okay.
And he was executive, so
okay.
All
right. I don't know that we would have ended up working together.
Well, what would you would have told him what you told the other people?
Well, right? No, one of my clients, he's like that too, and I always showed up on time, right? And he's like, Barbara, you're late, and I said, no, I'm not. I'm like 5 minutes early or right on time, and he's like, no, 15 minutes early is on time, and I'm like, meh. Whatever. We're here. Let's look.
Here's the contract. Sign it.
Communicate clearly. Good agents will, or good clients will communicate clearly. Clearly, I can communicate clearly.
Your red flag.
Loyal to the agent they choose.
Yes.
That's a huge one.
Yep.
Loyal to the agent they choose. And here's another big pet peeve of mine. Good clients will look at the data you send them. So many clients, you spend all this time and they're so adamant about their price and so adamant about not having days on market or the offer that they want to put in, and they don't look at the data.
Yep.
And you're like, well, did you look at the data? No. And then you go over and tell them the data and they argue with you. And I'm like, I'm not making this up. Believe me, I would love to sell your house for $400,000 more, but I just can't. So,
you ask them for a miracle.
You are. And then, okay, this one, they're your partner in the process, not just a passenger
Green
princess sitting back there going, oh, and then when something goes wrong, oh, blaming you. But they're active in it. Like, we're looking at the data together. We're discussing it.
Collaborative.
We're collaborating. We're trying to figure out, like, okay, we're not getting showings. We need to do a pivot. Let's talk about that pivot. And they're part of that conversation.
Yep.
So they're collaborating with you because we're working together.
Yep.
That's a good client. And they allow us to do the job they hired us to do.
Could you imagine?
That seems like such a basic statement to say.
Fundamental.
But you would be surprised at how many times they hire us and then they
try to
I want to say a bad word. Us. And I can't freaking do the job. And then they're mad at me that their house isn't selling. And I'm like, well, you fucked me. So there it is. That's
best. How we really feel.
That's how we really feel. We're pulling the curtain back. And that's true. Okay, so, and they're honest and they take accountability.
Yes.
Okay, red flag clients. They call multiple agents to show a home. So you're one of many and you're fighting for their business.
I get picking the right agent, but not to show you a house.
No.
Get on the call.
Yeah.
Talk about them. Talk about you. Meet up for coffee.
Yeah.
But
not showing multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghosting you and then coming back and then you do all this work for them, go like, oh, they're back. And then they ghost you again. Inevitably.
So maybe that's a you problem.
Yeah, that'd be a me problem. They're 5 minutes away. Oh, we're 5 minutes away. And they're actually like
an hour later.
45 minutes away.
Red flag all the way.
Demanding instant responses all times of the day. You weren't available. I was like, it's 10 p.m. Okay, come on.
I was 5 bottles deep.
I was taking a poop. Not respecting the process and are combative with their agents. That's a big one. That happens a lot. You know right away if they're fighting you from the get-go, this is not going to be a good situation. Not on the same page as their spouse.
Yep.
And hiding that information from you.
Yep.
That happened to me just this week. Not being honest about budget. Oh, when they send you their Zestimate. And this client that I had a problem with not only sent me their Zestimate, and their husband wasn't on the same page of anything. It's like, I had so many red flags on that one.
And you still wanted it.
I didn't want it. I was just continuing to see how it was going to play out, and I was debating on whether or not I was going to take it. I figured it would fall out when we got to price. But, because if I didn't take every client that was difficult and showed me red flags, I wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So you gotta figure it out, right? Ask for a commission discount.
Yep. Never works.
And refuses to pay the buyer's agent commission. And they're dishonest.
Yep.
And they don't take accountability. Those are our
red flags.
Red
Super
flags.
red.
And let's see. Let me count those. So this last 8 client that I almost had was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Out of how many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so halfway.
Yeah.
Half.
Yep.
That was
more than.
Yep. And so I'll briefly tell that story. I was a friend of a friend, but it wasn't a referral from the friend. And she watches the podcast and wanted, well, maybe not now. And she, had me come out and take a look at her house, know the neighborhood well, used to live there. And her house is beautiful, as all our homes there. Gave her, my price range. She agreed. It wasn't exactly what she wanted to hear, but, the data was absolutely there. Like, I can't get around the data. And originally, she wanted to list in July, and we were maybe going to do private exclusive in June. And then when I got there, her husband wasn't there, but he's a very busy man, he's not around a lot. She's like, no, I want to move forward right away. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, is your husband good? No, we're all on board. And she's like, and I'm taking the lead on this. And I'm like, okay. And so she gave me her key. She wanted me to get the stager out, set up photography. We've got about 2 weeks to get going. So I'm like, okay, let's get on it. And send her the listing agreement. And she signed it right away. She sent me all the descriptions of her house to get ready with my transaction coordinator. Like, we're moving along. Her husband's not signing. She kept saying, well, he's just busy. Still not signing. Well, he's just busy. And then finally, after I paid for the stager, I'm about to get my transaction coordinator looped in and order photos. She says, oh, we have a problem. He's not really on the same page. And I'm like, okay, well, why couldn't we communicate this earlier? I had been in I sent him text messages and all this stuff not to call him, He wasn't responding to me, but, I was there available for any questions, just nothing.
Yep.
And so comes to find out, he's just a very difficult personality. And his first conversation with me was, well, my first beef with you is that I couldn't print the PDF out. I'm like, well, you should have called me. I could have helped you with that. Well, I don't have time to go into that. And then he told me about his realtor that he has, that he loves. And I'm like, well, why did you guys hire me? And I said, I really want to respect that relationship. And he's like, well, sell me on you now. You sell me on you. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And so it was just very difficult from the get-go. And I talked to the wife about it. I'm like, I didn't know you had a realtor. She's like, we don't have a realtor. We haven't talked to that realtor in like 6 years. And so long story short, I'm on vacation. I'm trying to have fun with my family. I'm sending out comps before the party. I'm having these tough conversations. I'm getting kind of stressed out. I want to help, but I think I shouldn't take it. And then she sends me a text that says, we do have a relationship with that other realtor, and we think it's better that we go with that realtor. And I'm like, you guys are so full of it.
But go have at it. Be my guest.
And I'm like, and I actually pushed back. I stood up for myself.
Yeah,
and I said, I get that and I understand it, but you told me to move forward. I was working with your timeline. I was trying to get everything done that you needed me to get done. You signed the listing agreement. You handed me a key. You had the stager out, and you knew all of this was going on and did not disclose it. And I said, so I'm really frustrated with you about that. And normally I don't do that. Yeah. But I did this time. And she paid me back for the staging. It was just on principle, right? Yeah. But just on principle.
Yep. But that's red flags.
This is red flags. And it's like, if she had just been, hey, I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. This isn't going to be a good fit. This is what my husband wants. I'm sorry. I would have been like, I totally get it. It's fine. I understand. I'm not owed your business. It sucks that I started working and you kind of told me, let's go forward. But I get it. It happens. But the fact that she doubled down on that lie, I was like, no, ma'am.
Nope.
No, ma'am. Like, we're gonna address this because, I work hard to support my family and we need to just be kind humans to each other. Like, this is let's just be a decent human. Yeah. Be honest, be respectful, and treat people with dignity. and her husband was not treating me with dignity at all. He was not respectful, and they were not honest.
Yep.
And it's like, at the end of the day, like, I don't care what we're doing, if we're friends or whatever, don't treat people that way. Be a good human. Just be, how hard is it just to be a decent
Apparently
human?
hard.
Apparently it is easier to be arrogant. Okay, so let's go ahead and like do real quick our game.
All right, what is our game?
It's game time. Dream client.
Okay.
Mildly unhinged. Straight to jail.
Okay, so dream.
Okay, no. So it's dream, mildly unhinged, straight to jail.
Okay.
A buyer asked to see 7 homes on Sunday. Oh my gosh. And adds for that day, the day of the tour, after you've already set the entire tour schedule and you are going like North Austin, South Austin, East Austin, and then they
go
just
to jail.
Straight to jail. Seller stays for all showings.
Straight to jail.
A buyer uses one agent to tour homes and another agent to actually write the offer, who's a discount agent.
Straight to jail. And get the death penalty.
I love this one because this happens to me all the time. A client texts 27 Zillow links at 2:30 a.m. and says, thoughts?
Mildly unhinged.
Mildly unhinged. Because like, I feel like I would do that. A client says, we're easygoing. No. Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Straight to jail. That is a red flag.
Yep.
So
is that all?
That's it.
I wanted some more mildly unhinged.
Oh, mildly unhinged?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess that's all.
Oh, well. Last minute cancellation. Mildly unhinged.
Last minute cancellation?
Yeah.
If I'm already there, they're going straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Never mind. Well, yeah, I felt like it was a really important topic to talk about, is just, respecting your agent.
Especially going into the summer months.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't mean to be disrespectful. They don't really know what goes on. So I wanted to, kind of share that. And then also just, be a good human.
Yep.
Let's try to go out there and be good humans. Watch I get in traffic and I'm like, beep, beep.
You know what good humans do?
What?
They like, subscribe, share.
And follow. You can find us at thehousenextdoortx.com. Until next time.